Money, 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 money. They talk to me. You got your rules and your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate. I hear voices crying, I see heroes dying, I taste blood that's trying.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the WWE Wrestling Talk. So I am Lisa Rock Jones, joined as always by As you can probably tell by the opening music, we are here to present to you, no, not President Donald Trump, but SmackDown's exclusive pay-per-view, Money in the Bank.
All you have to find a lad and get yourself a champ match anytime, place, anywhere.
Within the coming year.
Yes.
Money in the Bank will come at us this year from St. Louis, Missouri. Why is that significant, I hear you ask? Well, in the opening contest, well, not opening contest, but the main event of the show will feature Jinder Mahal defending the WWE Championship against the hometown boy, Randy Orton.
I think this time I will win my championship back.
Yes, this will be a rematch of Backlash, which left everyone open-mouthed.
Like this.
When Jinder Mahal, with some help from the Singh brothers, was able to defeat Randy Orton and capture the WWE Championship. Now, we all know the reason that WWE gave for this, because they want to expand their market in India, but is Jinder Mahal really set up for a long run as WWE Champion, or was this just like a month in?
Well, we will soon find out.
as Randy Orton looks to become a 14-time world champion, leaving him just 2 reigns behind Ric Flair and John Cena, and 1 behind Triple H.
That would be a nice little reign for me to catch up to.
I believe I'm correct in doing that, Mark. But next, we have, as has become traditional with these events, and that is the Money in the Bank ladder match for a guaranteed WWE Championship match.
Love it.
This match will feature 6 superstars, 3 of which are former NXT champions.
Oh yeah. When she former NXT champion to those?
Well, the first one would be the current United States champion, Kevin Owens. Then we have the former WWE champion, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Who is very phenomenal.
Next we have the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin.
Who made people's dark horses in that match.
We also have the second person to have held the NXT Championship in Sami Zayn,
Yes.
who is possibly on a tip to win this match as well.
Couldn't agree more.
We have the only person to have competed in this match and won it before, in being Dolph Ziggler. And we have the third person who is a former NXT champion and the newest star to SmackDown, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Who is my pick to win.
Yes, as we run through these names, I would rule out Dolph Ziggler.
Yes, I would.
Not based on the fact that he has won this match before, even though we have had multiple people win it twice. I don't necessarily see Dolph Ziggler doing it, and when he did it before and he was sort of given the opportunity to run as world champion, it didn't exactly go down well.
No, we didn't.
They haven't really done much with Baron Corbin since he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal last year, except for a few rivalries with top stars and of course the Intercontinental Championship match with former champion Dean Ambrose. Kevin Owens, I would possibly rule out because of his run as United States champion.
And it wouldn't make sense with him being a champion either.
Although he could win it and say lose the United States Championship at a different date and then go on to the main championship. But on the same level, considering what happened at Backlash, I would possibly rule out AJ Styles on the same level because I would like to see the rivalry between Owens and Styles continue over the United States Championship.
I would, most certainly.
And Shinsuke Nakamura is probably the hottest superstar on SmackDown right now, so I would say it comes down to him, AJ Styles or Kevin Owens.
I'm not even smarter now. Okay, I agree with those, to be honest, and let's just hope it's a good one.
Next we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match as the Usos will take on New Day Rocks.
New Day returns.
Doesn't quite have the same effect to it. Yes, the hosts of WrestleMania 33 who made the jump to SmackDown in the Superstar Shakeup will get their first opportunities at the Tag Team Championships since losing them to Cesaro and Sheamus, I believe it was, back in December. And of course the Usos have the extra man advantage.
They do.
But one would question as well, is it too soon to have them as champions?
Or is it the right time?
It's a debate because the Usos have been champions for two going on 3 months.
Yes.
Well, 2.5 months then, I believe. And I just, if I'm honest, I don't particularly like their gimmick at the moment.
No. The gangster look needs to go.
And of course, New Day is everyone's favourite tag team at the minute. Not just a good in the ring, but also very entertaining and definitely puts the E in WWE.
Definitely. I can agree more with that.
The next contest is a history-making matchup.
I mean, literally do mean history making.
So, but before we do that, let's run through things that have happened in the past years since the Divas Revolution.
Yes.
The Divas Revolution started roughly 2 years ago.
Yes.
From that point we had the first ever women's Iron Man match in NXT.
Yes.
Then the Divas name was dropped and they were referred to as Superstars, and the Women's Championship came back into effect. Then we went on to have another Women's Iron Man match, along with a Women's Hell in a Cell match,
Yes.
as well as a Women's Tables match, and more recently on Raw, a Women's Candlestick on a Pole match, which we shall not talk about.
Yeah, that's not think about that.
But in any event, this all leads to SmackDown presenting the first ever Women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yes, you heard us correctly. Women's Money in the Bank ladder match.
Say exactly the same principles as the man, except they're competing for a contract for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Yes. And the women competing in this match are
Former SmackDown Women's Champion Becky Lynch, former NXT Women's Champion and multiple Raw Women's Champion Charlotte Flair, former Divas Champion Natalya,
Natalia, 100%.
Tamina, who will be having a very emotional day,
Yes.
considering that this event takes place on Father's Day, and of course the recent loss of her father, Superfly Jimmy Snuka,
Yes.
and the so-called fabulous woman Carmella, and he will be accompanied by everyone's favourite twerp, James Ellsworth.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. So immediately, there's one name I like to strike off this list as a winner. Well, who's not going to win, and that is Carmella.
I wouldn't necessarily say, I would normally agree with you, but considering who's in the next match, I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Oh yes, because
We will get to that in a moment.
so keep your eyes on Carmella. Becky Lynch. To be honest,
It's a tough one to say because Becky Lynch has been up and down
yes.
pretty much since losing the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Really, overall, you can't really call a winner in this, can you?
Well, I would say the favourite going in, simply because of what she's done in the past, would have to be Charlotte.
Yes, most certainly so.
And arguably Natalia's overdue for a run as well.
Yep, she is.
So I would, just like I narrowed it down to 3 possibilities in the men's Money in the Bank match, I would narrow this one down to Becky Lynch, Charlotte, or Natalia, with the possible dark horse being Tamina.
I'm going to say the same as you as well.
Including the dark horse being Tamina.
Yes. Because Tamina could come out of nowhere and win.
I thought coming out of nowhere was Randy Orton's thing, as he proved on SmackDown.
Yes, as I proved, yeah. But as we were going to, the next match is...
Well, staying on topic of the Women's Championship, Naomi will defend the SmackDown Women's Championship against, of all people, the ravishing Lana. How in the heck did this happen?
Well, to win the short story short, Jonesy, basically Lana wanted to be added into the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, and Shane McMahon went, no.
Yes, so Lana made an appearance on SmackDown last week, basically demanded to be added to the Money in the Bank ladder match. Then Shane McMahon said that on SmackDown you have to earn your opportunities because it's the land of opportunities. Then she said she was able to beat Naomi. That match was also turned down.
Yes.
However, following a tag team match in which I believe Lana stuck her nose in where it didn't belong, Naomi went to Shane McMahon and demanded a match with Lana at Money in the Bank. Now, let's see. Lana has only really competed in one mainstream match that I can think of, and that was the tag team match at last year's WrestleMania, which was Brie Bella's retirement match.
Absolutely right. That's the only match she did compete in. up until now.
Well, the only match on TV, from what I can work out, he has been doing a few house show matches, but that's not the same.
No, it's not.
I would normally say that Naomi would win this match, but I have a sneaking feeling that something crazy could happen and Lana could possibly walk out as SmackDown Women's Champion.
But as the saying says, Jonesy, anything can happen in the WWE.
The question on everyone's mind is who will walk out with the Money in the Bank contracts and when will they cash in? I for one remember what happened at last year's Money in the Bank.
Yes, when Dean Ambrose won the Money in the Bank contract, and in the same night cashed in on Seth Rollins, who just beat Roman Reigns for the WWE World Championship, for Dean Ambrose to win the WWE World Championship in, I believe, 10 seconds.
Something like that, but that was the big deal, is that within a couple of minutes all three members of the Shield had been champion on the same night.
So will lightning strike 3 times?
Will the winner cash in on the same night, or will it take almost a year as it did with Edge when he did it at the beginning?
Or will it take him up to WrestleMania, which is what Seth Rollins did?
Who knows? That's the beauty of Money in the Bank, is you never know when it's going to come. Unless, of course, you're liking the show.
Oh, no, yeah. So then he's been...
I will say, just before we go, that this is the match card as it stands. I'm pretty sure that we'll end up having a pre-show match added, and possibly another match on the main card. But until then,
I would agree on that. So until then, he's been
Reese Philip Jones, and he's been
John Randy Smith.
and we shall see you next week, where we will review the events of Money in the Bank.